What's up, everyone? It's Matt and Jabril here.
Howdy, howdy. I'll take off my glasses.
On my most recent video on Conjecture, I said just give us some questions since we're together, and I think that's what we're gonna do.
Yes, we are.
Sweet. Okay, I guess we'll just start with something silly. Katie Cunningham says, favorite show or shows on Netflix because she needs suggestions. Do you even watch TV?
I don't watch cable TV, but I watch a lot of Netflix.
Okay.
For documentaries, one of the ones that I've been loving recently is a BBC. BBC has some really good stuff. BBC and PBS, they have really great stuff as well. Especially if you want educational stuff, they have incredible stuff. Check out, just search BBC or PBS. I promise you'll get a lot.
You'll like anything?
You'll get a lot of good search results. Another one I'd recommend, if you like serial stuff and comics, check out Batman. There's I think it's called Batman Year One, and it's really cool. It's like the origin story of Bruce Wayne, and it's 2D animation. It's really cool. And the last one I'm gonna say is Halo. There's a Halo Reach movie, I think it is, and it's really
really?
Cool. Dude, it's super awesome.
Live action and everything?
It's CGI.
Oh, okay.
But it's super duper cool.
That's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Katie. So for me, I would say I really like the show Psych, which is on Netflix. Okay, you know, let me answer this by saying what shows should get to Netflix. Seinfeld and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, because like those two, along with Psych, are some of my favorite shows of all time. I also really like shows like The Colbert Report and Jon Stewart stuff, but those aren't really on Netflix. Do you want to trade off and read it?
Sure.
Okay, so Jared's question is next.
Wait, I get to choose one, right?
Oh, I mean, we'll eventually get through all of them. Sure, you can
through all of them?
No, you can pick. I mean, there are only like 7.
Okay.
You can pick whichever one from there you want, though.
Okay, cool. What's your name? Jared Lambert, you said, in your eyes, what makes a video successful? Great question. Start this one.
Okay, you have to ask kind of what do you mean by success, right? Because I could publish a video that I really loved and felt like I did a great job on it and that it was interesting, and maybe everyone in my audience hated it. So if I'm happy with it, and none of my success is determined by what the audience likes, then you can say that video is successful. But a lot of people will judge success based on how they feel about making something and how the audience feels. What was the question? What makes a video successful?
In your eyes.
Okay, so I guess it's kind of, if I like working on it and I finish it and I think this is really good, I would watch this again, and then other people watch it a lot too, that's what makes a video successful in my eyes.
In my eyes, I think what makes a video successful is it's a very subjective question, because you do a lot of videos, not every video has the same intention. For example, I uploaded the Berenstain video, and yes, I was curious about the topic, but I was mostly, the intention with that video was to catch on to search results and to just get a lot of people that are curious about that to check it out and all that. So in my eyes, for that video, it'd be successful if I would get the views that I was expecting from such a popular topic, right? However, on the other side of things, I did another video, why is Star Wars happening in our universe, right? And that video was more closely tied to my curiosity than the Berenstain thing was, and a lot of the production and whatnot that I put into it was also closely tied to like my curiosity and like what I like to show. So my intention with that was just to put out something really cool and something.
And you did that one with Jack.
I did that one with Jack, indeed. As well.
3 of 4 parts of everything else. Draw Curiosity says, which is your favorite video out of the ones you've made and why?
Dude, you know what? It's funny because Jack earned 2 out of 3. I don't know why.
Really? Of your favorite videos?
Star Wars one is one of my favorite ones. Then I did an Imagine one, which is a cartoon one. The question is...
The Imagine featuring Jack?
Imagine going Super Saiyan. So I love Dragon Ball Z. I know Jack also likes Dragon Ball Z. That's the reason why I paired him up with that. But he happens to be on both of them. Final one is one of the recent ones I did about Tesla.
So I have 2 answers. One of my favorite old time videos, which I think isn't even that good, but I had just fun making it, was I made a video called Is Trolling Creative? And I don't even think, the question wasn't very well formulated, not even great scientific methodology or whatever, but I had fun because I rickrolled the audience twice. And then I guess I tend to like the ones that I make recently the most.
Interesting.
And so I think we all get better with the more videos we make, right?
No, yeah, for sure. That's interesting.
But so when I'm motorcycle. Okay, probably my 2 favorite videos right now, if you had to ask me, and I spent my time looking through my videos, would be how does the media manipulate statistics, which is just a really quick 2-minute thing I did, and then the video I literally just uploaded, the law of small numbers, because I just feel like I'm always doing videos on stuff I'm interested in, and I just get better each time I do it. So, yeah.
So, Sunny Kai, you ask, what is the video that you have worked on the longest?
I can tell you what the video Dale's worked on the longest is.
Nice.
That was his last video here.
You gotta like crop him in. Yeah,
we'll do it. Mine was easily the Vsauce CGP Grey and Vlogbrothers parody, and I'm obviously glad I worked on it for as long as I did, because it was it kind of got me a lot more notice than I guess I would have been otherwise. But I spent, I don't know, at least 15 hours on the whole thing, and I think that's a conservative estimate. I don't know exactly how many hours I spent, but the CGP Grey part, I remember I probably spent something like 7 hours just editing the CGP Grey part, and that doesn't take into account the research or writing or filming of any of those parts.
Nice.
And it's actually, you know what's annoying? So, okay, I used Comic Sans as the font for the CGP Grey part, and yeah, right. Obviously that was an intentional choice, but I couldn't figure out CGP Grey's actual font, and I asked a lot of people, and recently a commenter on the video told me it was Comic New, and so I didn't check to see if that was right, but if it is, that would have been pretty nice to know.
The attention to detail, that stuff's important.
Yeah. So your longest video?
Yeah, without a doubt, longest video is the 3-part series to make YouTube great again response video. It's essentially one script. That's why I call it the longest video, because I wrote it as one video, and then like I realized that I cannot upload a video that's 40 pages long in like one video, so I broke it into 3 parts. But I did end up uploading the entire thing as a movie, and that took me about 2 months to do the whole thing.
The next thing was asked by Base Queen. She writes a really interesting story about her struggles going through school, and then she finishes it by asking, do you feel we would be better off as a planet if we left traditional schooling behind and created a new system that works in this century?
I like the question, however, it's a little confusing about the leaving the planet part, because immediately I think of like Mars.
Wait. She didn't say anything about leaving the planet. She said, do you feel we would be better off if we left traditional schooling behind and created a new system?
You did not say planet?
It said, do you feel we would be better off as a planet if we left traditional schooling behind?
Okay, my brain works in weird ways. This is a very interesting question that I ponder on a lot. And obviously, I'm no academic, I'm no scholar, I'm not none of that stuff. However, I do have thoughts, as I would hope I did. When I was in high school, when I was in elementary, I'm not elementary, I love elementary. I was in middle school, I did not care.
But you were once in elementary.
I was once in elementary, but But anyways, high school, middle school, I did not care about academics whatsoever. And I don't think that it was anything to do with like who I am as a person. I think it was more of the formats and the structure of things, you know, that were in place that they had to follow. And I haven't been in school for a long time, but one thing that was really big for us were textbooks. And that is the worst thing to throw in front of a kid. That is the worst, especially when there's a picture every 7 pages. Like, dude. So yeah, I think the answer is, I think it's yes and no. I need to do more research and get back to you.
Okay, yeah, so she asked me this question partially because of what I'm studying, which is I'm earning a bachelor's in psychology, but also a master's in education.
Nice.
In a field called learning design and technology. And so I'll preface this by saying that I don't want to speak too strongly on this because, frankly, I just don't know enough about it and I want to know more. And so I don't want to speak too strongly on this yet. But I think the vast majority of people will be better off. Now, when I'm answering this, I'm assuming you mean kind of like in the classroom education, because traditional education also encompasses things like the governmental structures we have in place, like things like Race to the Top or No Child Left Behind, and grant funding for states and schools and administrators and teachers. So that probably could be made better, but I'm thinking right now about an in-classroom setting, because a lot of traditional schooling is kind of, these are the hoops you have to jump through, these are the things you have to learn whether you care about them or not. So just prove to us that you can learn them.
Right.
It's not really teaching you to think for yourself or empowering you to learn on your own. And those two ideas are what I think traditional education should be about. That's what I think traditional education should become.
The way that I learn, I need to be able to have the conversation. I need to be a two-way street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And something else that's really important is that people learn in different ways. Right. I don't mean, I'm a visual or an auditory learner. I mean things like, would you prefer to have someone tell you information, or would you prefer to look it up yourself? Would you prefer to work with a group of people or individually, and in a big classroom or small classroom.
Right, and
so,
that's the difference between UCs and the state colleges. In the
UCs?
States. UC, like UC, what is it?
University College?
Oh wait, oh crap, dude, I forgot. That's California only. Anyhow, so
UC. Okay.
Right. So this one is from ThinkMoji. This one's from ThinkFact.
Yeah, just
And
some random creator.
You ask, who would win in the contest between you two over not laughing in one of those don't laugh compilations?
So, are we supposed to just stare at each other and see who goes the longest without laughing?
It doesn't say stare. It just says who would win in the contest without not laughing.
So should we just look at the camera and just see if we don't
I'm
laugh?
gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna win.
Okay, all right, you wanna go?
Because my brain is not fully here right now.
All right, then do you wanna just look in the camera and see what happens?
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Oh man. You know what though? I don't think this is a bad thing. I like stop. I like being full of laughter and happiness. Whatever, you would win. I had a feeling you were gonna win. Okay.
I've been practicing my straight face for years.
You've been practicing
Poker.
your absent-mindedness. My brain in some other ways. Okay. Lorenzo asks, okay.
Lorenzo, I love you.
Yeah, Lorenzo Von
I
Breda.
love you.
He has 3 questions, so we'll try to do these quickly. These are the last 3 though. What has been your greatest challenge making videos?
Ooh. I asked the last one. Oh, yeah, it is my turn. Damn it. The greatest challenge making videos. I think the greatest challenge, honestly, at least with the stage that I'm at, is just resources. That is honestly the toughest thing. Is
in what way? Do you mean reaching out to other people or
in
just
every
money?
single way possible.
Okay.
Money, reaching out, the amount of information available to you. There is cons to being at the level that we're at. Resources, lack of resources, one of them. However, in the same vein, that lack of resource, it strengthens us. It makes us stronger. We have to figure out alternative routes to make up for what we're missing, which like, whenever it comes time for us where we have the resources available to us, we'll also have that back-end knowledge of like the alternative routes that will help us out in other ways as well.
My greatest challenge in making videos, I guess sometimes it's the time, because I'm not super great at prioritizing the right things in my life, and I wish I were better, but I'm not. So sometimes the biggest challenge is just doing it, because I'm not great at that. But other times when that's not the biggest challenge, I'd say, you know, actually no, that's the biggest challenge for me. I don't think there's anything else that big.
I think that falls under resources, at least I would consider it.
Time is a resource.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
He's not from the States.
No, he's in London, or maybe not London, but he's in England. Or the UK.
That's interesting,
He's no longer part of the EU.
No, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Dude, Lorenzo, you gotta like post a comment on that or something, how you feel. No, legit, like seriously, I'm very curious, because we met someone, long story short, you gotta post a comment.
All people from basically not America and America just talk about Brexit.
No, I just want to hear from Lorenzo. You have a special place in my heart, man. Okay, so Lorenzo you ask, where do you get your ideas and information from? That's a really good one.
Information or inspiration?
Information.
Okay. Mine are basically just from reading. Reading and watching videos. And sometimes those are where the more sort of conjecture, formal, educational, informational videos come from. It's reading books like The Law of Small Numbers was Thinking Fast and Slow, and watching videos. Like a video I'm going to make soon is based, or I was inspired by Jabril's video on emojis. And then sometimes for the more vloggy videos that I do, I'm just very introspective and I'll always be thinking about stuff, so that's usually where that comes from. Just me thinking.
Nice. And then information? Is it all from the same place too?
Oh, information, I forgot about that part. I mean, yeah, it's from the same place, online.
For me, the thing is, they're not ideas. They're just like questions that I have. You know, like for example, I'm not sure if you guys know this, but I had a prank channel before. I had a science channel, and I used to always think that on a motorcycle brake. hard part is over. Okay, so I used to always think that like pranks is what I wanted to do. Like this is what I want to do as a living. So I put all my energy into that. However, that ended, and then I was like, well, you know what? What is it that I really want to do? Because I thought that's what I wanted to do, but that wasn't what I wanted to do. And I realized what I really wanted to do was just figure out the questions that I ask every day. Every day I legit ask like 3 to 5 obscure questions, and I write them down. And then at some point later on, I'll look at the notes, the list of questions I have, like, you know, it's a good time for this one. For example, what is fun? That was one thing that I was really contemplating on my transition from pranks to science, because I thought that the prank thing was fun, but yeah, so yeah, my ideas aren't ideas. They're just questions that I have, like really obscure questions. I ask a lot of people these questions, and they're just always like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is fun? What do you mean? Fun is fun, dude.
That's what makes Vsauce so great. Jabril asked Michael Stevens yesterday in a Q&A panel, would you rather have, would you say freedom or security, right?
Yeah.
And Michael goes, well, what is freedom? And then of course everyone laughs and he goes, no, but seriously, is freedom being able to make one decision among 1,000 alternatives, or is it being able to make an infinite number of decisions among 3 alternatives?
Should I shout out Derek? Should I shout to Derek?
Wait, what about Derek?
Should I shout?
Oh, it's Derek. Should we say that?
Hi, Derek.
Yo, Derek! That was Derek from Veritasium. But yeah, and I was even thinking about this too. It's things like wearing a seatbelt is a law, and you could, if you wanted to say stuff like go to a radical extreme of freedom, you should say, I shouldn't have to legally wear a seatbelt if I don't have to. That's stupid. I'm not free because there's a law constraining my behavior when I'm in a car.
Absolutely.
But it's the trade-off between freedom and security. And so I think, didn't he say it was like a continuum or something?
Yeah, and dude, I've asked that question on a few panels, and everyone's general consensus is there needs to be a balance, and I actually agree with that 100%. Honestly, I believe that's one of the best questions to ask anyone if you don't have any questions. It's always my default, because you can get a lot of information out of the individual.
And where does your information come from?
Information, it comes from a lot of Google searching. There are a lot of people, especially like if you go into institutions, universities and whatnot, you have access to really cool academic papers and all this stuff. And so I don't have that access. Is it a good thing, bad thing? I don't know. But I do have access to Google, which is a very powerful search engine. However, I'm very weary, and if there's something that doesn't sound right or seems odd or whatever, I make sure I get at least 3 to 5 sources just to make sure that, like, okay, yes, it sounds weird, but here are 3 different sources that you can check. They all verify the same things. And if it's still wrong, then it's like, well, you know, I'm a human. I did what I could, and yeah.
Yeah, another good thing is just if you do have access to the original PDFs and documents and scientific literature, then go look at that, because you can start with something like Wikipedia and you can check the references and see the specific papers from which the information was pulled, and then you can look it up, because source material is always amazing, because something will be distorted in your reading of it and the original source material. And also, I'll tell you this, Jabril, and for everyone else, if you go to Google Scholar, you can search whatever you're trying to look for, and the document might be free online.
Really?
Yes. Also, if you Google search whatever you're trying to look for and then PDF after it, it'll bring up PDFs. And then lastly, if you know the author of the publication, and if you go to his or her personal website, they usually list their own publications on their own website free for download.
That's good information to know.
Yeah, so that was how I downloaded some stuff for the video on electric cars that I did. Even though I do have access to research papers through Penn State, I just pulled it from the Research Dude's website. Okay, so Lorenzo Bonbreda, last question of the video, says, what motivates you to make videos?
Nice. Oh, I go first, okay. But it ties in a lot to the previous answer that I gave with just, there's just a lot of questions that I ask, and I'll ask people, and they just like will look at me like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, I'm trying to think of a good example. I don't have any good examples on top of my head.
A question that people would look at you that way?
Yeah, they're just like very obscure questions that are like not surface level. They're like a couple layers deeper, right? And I'll ask it like, why? Well, okay, here's a good one. I was with a friend, and then there was this tree, like one of these trees. This is it. This tree right here.
Can they see it? I'll do it. All right. What about the tree?
This tree right here, the leaf. I was with a friend, and I was like, I wonder why this thing does this, you know? Because if you look right there, those haven't done it yet, right?
is like Nature Animal Planet. Yeah, go ahead.
So that, for example, I asked someone like, why do you think this tree does this? Why do you think that it splits itself, right? And I'll get looked at like, dude, what the hell's wrong? Who cares, you know? Dude, who cares? And so that motivates me. Like, I'm curious. I want to know. I need to know. And that's what motivates me to do the videos on my channel.
Okay, so for me, what motivates me to make videos, I told this to someone yesterday, but if I get an idea that I think is super interesting, I have to share it with someone. It's as simple, for me it's as simple as that. I could just tell it to a friend, but what makes sharing the idea so cool to me is that you control how it's presented. So I could tell it to a friend, but I could also spend time, not perfecting, but improving the presentation of the idea. And so when you get to the point where the All right.
We probably should use your camera and make it a little more efficient.
It's fine. Cool. Is there anything else you want to add here?
Yes, I want to apologize to everyone that watches this video. My energy is probably weird. And the reason is because I haven't fully soaked in the experience. So my brain is very weird.
Hey,
it's like a child. I have to babysit all the time.
Don't apologize. You're having a really awesome experience.
No, dude, I have to apologize. Because yesterday I did an interview and the guy said, he watched a lot of my videos. Like, dude, I love your videos, but this is my first time meeting you, and like your energy's like way up. When I watch your videos, it's kind of like, So like, I need to work on that. Being on camera, my energy, it goes all over the place. And I apologize. I'm working on it.
Cool. Yeah, for me, I guess, I feel like last year at VidCon was very cool because I never really said this, but I had a friend who was executive staff, and he sort of just, I went with him to a lot of cool behind the scenes stuff.
Wow.
And I met a lot of cool and big creators, and that was really fun. But this VidCon, I really felt like the first night I was with Jabril at an event, and I felt just so inspired to keep creating and just keep pushing myself and keep doing, keep making awesome stuff. An inspiration I probably don't think I felt after last VidCon, regardless of how much I said I did. And then yesterday night, I felt this just unbelievable sense of community with so many other nerd fighters here at VidCon. So I am coming away from this experience more motivated, probably than ever, to make cool stuff and to just keep growing and doing fun things, and at the same time cognizant of and grateful for the communities that exist online and then of course in real life when they meet up. So that was a really awesome experience. And I filmed a lot of stuff too, so probably for a future Everything Else video, or maybe Conjecture, I'll throw something together and put it up.
Dude, badass. One republic in which it stands.
One nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice.
Justice, friends.
Under God was actually added to the pledge in 1954, I believe.
And then they removed it again.
What? No, it's still in the pledge.
I think they changed it.
Unless that happened in the last year or two.
It's one nation, indivisible, by liberty. They changed it from under God to indivisible, I believe.
Yeah, no, the current version is I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe you're just thinking of something else.
Yeah, it definitely is something else. All right.
Cool.
All right. I'm gonna catch a panel.
Sweet. It's the creator keynote, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna. What time is it? It is
Power in.
It's 3:22. So I'm gonna go back to the PBS Studio Lounge, digital, whatever it's called.
Sweet.
And hang out with some PBS people.
Sweet. Awesome. And we can meet up right after that because it's only gonna end at. Oh no. Yeah. What do you have to do? What do you?
I have a volunteer party from 6 to 8.
6 to 8. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll
All
meet
right.
up
Thanks.
before then.
Bye. Where's the recording thing on this?